I'm Emma and this is Alex. After flying to Michigan to pick up our new US holiday home on wheels, it's finally time to hit the road. In this video, we get to spend our first night in our new camper van and get our first taste of the American road trip experience.
We've just left the dealership. This is officially ours.
Yes!
We are now making our way to an Airbnb for a few nights, just so we can get the van completely ready, and then we can have our first night in it. I don't think I've ever been more excited for a trip. We have so many places we want to visit. We could just spend the 2 months here in Michigan if we wanted to.
Oh, easily, especially because we had so many awesome recommendations from you guys. We literally have a list like down to the floor of things to go and see and do.
We are planning, when we get home, we have an interview with the embassy to try and get a B2 visa.
Yeah.
What does a B2 visa mean?
It means that we can come to the US every year and we can stay for a maximum of 6 months at a time. So we can actually split our time between Europe and the US.
That visa will last for 10 years. So our plan, as long as that goes through for the next 10 years, is 6 months in Europe in our camper van,
yep.
6 months in North America in our lovely camper van. And we have named it thanks to you guys for giving us so many incredible names. But what is our new van called?
Well, the name that stuck out the most to us, and every time we saw it made us think like, yeah, that's a really, really good name, is Phoenix.
Yeah.
A lot of you mentioned about rising from the ashes. No pun intended. No, pun definitely intended. We just figured it was a really fitting name, and we just think it's a really lovely name. Right, let's go. It feels so good to be at our first destination. We've come to a place called Grand Haven, which was recommended to us, but we still don't really know what to expect of this place.
I'm beaming from ear to ear because I'm watching a huge bird of prey over there. First bird of prey on this trip. And in this region, I believe that there are bald eagles. So
yeah.
That is something I would love to see over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, if you're new to the channel, this man right here loves a bit of wildlife.
I still get excited when I see a squirrel.
He does.
I don't know, Emma, look, it's a squirrel. And you're like, yeah, it's a squirrel. But no, but look, it's climbing the tree. It wouldn't be a road trip in the US if I didn't try some sausage or dog-based product. And
Dog-based product.
I've been recommended Pronto Pups.
So if you didn't already know, I actually grew up in the US until I was 12, and I've had my fair share of corn dogs, and I love them. So I'm really intrigued to see if you like them. Yeah, it's basically a hot dog dipped in cornbread and fried.
Okay, ready? See you on the other side, guys.
Papa, look behind you.
I'm changing over my ears.
What?
I know.
I was ready for an Alex rant. Yeah.
About how this is. I really like it. Your tastes change after like 15 times of trying something. So I've had and hated on this probably 14 times, this type of sausage.
Yeah.
Or a dog, as I know that the Americans don't like to call this a sausage. But I like it. The thin and crispy bit, the sauces.
Yeah.
It's great.
Nice. How ridiculous is this lake? It's like an ocean. You can't see anything. It is like an ocean.
It's called a Great Lake for a reason. Wow.
Look at the colour of the water over on this side as well. It's like you've got that turquoisey bit over the shallow sand.
Just can't get over how calm and nice that looks, even with all the people.
Yeah, it looks lovely. Yeah, this is summer holidays, right? So this, in theory, is the busiest it would be.
I think this is going to be one of many lighthouses that we're going to see. Maybe the novelty will wear off after a while, but for a first one, we are going to have so many cool places to stay on this trip. And the US is just built so much for this. So for example, if we wanted to, we could stay here, right next to the lake. But we have found a cool spot a bit further up in a state park. But I would have been pretty happy if this is what our first night would have been. After a short walk back to the van, we set off towards our park up for the night.
collecting some supplies along the way, and after a short drive, we arrived at a beautiful green campsite in nature. Exactly what we were looking for our first night in the van. I love how green this is. This is lovely. Wow, we're like on the water. I feel like very much like a pinch myself moment. Like we're actually here at the first spot that we're going to be staying at in our camper. Now is the exciting part. Now is where we get to show what novices we really are and try and figure out how to plug it in
and how anything works.
Ready.
Like, we don't even have the fridge on or anything yet, so even like our food is just melting inside.
First rookie mistake is that I'm not close enough to the power supply. Well, that's step one. We've got it plugged in. We might have to buy an extension lead at some point because that's not very long. Next step is to actually sort this van out because there's just like food and bedding and stuff everywhere.
We haven't moved in properly, as you can see.
What a state. Now the van is cooled down, it's time to set up our bed because we bought all this bedding. We haven't actually tested it out yet, so we don't know if it all fits because this is a very strange sized bed.
It feels like no matter what the size of the van, we are going to fill it up.
So easy.
I think eventually we might actually just keep this as a bed.
Yeah.
Maybe even get a really nice king-size mattress on top of it. For now, we want to use the functionality of the sofa, living quarters and the bed. But eventually, we just want to eat outside all the time.
Yeah.
And sleep in our awesome, massive bed.
That's the dream, isn't it? I feel like I can't imagine us sitting inside in the air conditioning just eating at our table. It just doesn't feel like us. I feel like I'd much rather be sat outside surrounded by whatever nature spot or car park we may be in.
We will not be ruling out some Walmart car parks in our time, or if we're in Arizona or Death Valley or something, maybe we won't want to be outside, or it's horrible weather and it's raining. Both of our seats, if they weren't in this absolute state, they do swivel around, so maybe we'll build a little table so we could eat at our driving seats and then keep that as a bedroom. I'm loving all these windows.
Yeah. Pretty spacious. This is like the ultimate mega bed. I'm trying to make a decision. Do we want to lay this way? Or do we want to lay that way?
It's probably the biggest first world problem we've ever had. What's the verdict?
This way.
My dream is to see something from one of these windows while lying in bed. Yeah, that's my dream, is to see a naked man. But imagine seeing something like a black bear.
Yeah.
From here. No joke, just looking out the window, there's a chipmunk. Does that not impress you, or is this like the squirrel?
It's like the squirrel, but slightly more impressive because we don't have chipmunks at home.
It's so impressive. A chipmunk's so cool.
I can't see it.
The problem is it's too small and the camera's too wide that you're not going to see it, but it is there. You already having a nap?
I love a good nap. Ready to go to the beach? It's just like what I pictured when I pictured staying in state parks with our van, to be fair. Like trees everywhere, little creeks and rivers. You can smell like bonfires and barbecues and things going on as well, which just makes me feel like so like happy and kind of nostalgic. Yeah, it's lovely. I think this is poison ivy, so just be careful.
Which one?
I think it's that one with the 5 leaves on it.
Oh.
I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but best just not to touch it in case.
Do we have poison ivy in England?
No, we don't.
Oh.
We have stinging nettles, but they have stinging nettles here, I think, as well. It's 3 leaves, that's poison ivy, not 5. So I got it wrong. I'm wrong. Or maybe that's poison ivy, there's 3 leaves on that.
It's not the poison ivy that I'm worried about, because I've never encountered it, so I've got nothing to reference it to, but I'm being eaten alive by, I'm assuming, mozzies, but if not, a lot of bugs are liking me. There's always good with bad, isn't there? There's always going to be a balance. You can't just enjoy anything completely.
No.
There has to be something to take away from it.
That's true. You can go to the most beautiful beach in the world and there'll be sandflies. You know, there's always something.
I think there's a black squirrel right there.
Wow. I've never seen a black squirrel before. It's actually really cool.
Huh?
I didn't even know they existed.
I thought they only came in grey or red.
Yeah.
I didn't realise they released a new version.
I'm so happy because this is the first of hopefully very many sunsets here in the US over the next couple of months.
And years.
And years. And sunsets never get boring. Like, this beach was really quiet half an hour ago, and now everyone's here to watch the sunset. It's like something that always brings people together wherever you are.
Yeah, look, it's a proper show tonight. I want to know what the odds are of everyone clapping the moment the sun goes down. Because Americans, I'm sorry, but you guys have a tendency to clap a lot more than the Brits do for things like planes landing, cinemas.
No way, you're right. Okay, you're right. I was gonna laugh.
I was just joking, guys. Stop it with the stereotypes. Stop it.
Have you ever thought maybe, just maybe, it's because Americans aren't as miserable as we are?
Oh, no, they are a lot happier than we are, 100%.
And so that any excuse to clap and cheer, sure.
This is the bit where Emma freaks out because I have a
sand.
Knew it. I have a tendency to store sand in different crevices.
And then what do? You get straight on the bed. And
First thing I want to do is get on the bed.
In bed.
I know there'll be a lot of people watching that would sympathise with you. And hopefully there's a couple of other sand smugglers out there as well that will sympathise with me. We just want to lie down and roll around.
Help me. Go shower. Go get that naughty sand off you. Be gone.
I've been exiled to the shower. I don't shower lightly.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Honestly, there is nothing I hate more than crumbs or sand in the bed. I absolutely hate it. Is he all clean and sand free?
I'm as clean as I need to be.
What does that mean? Let me inspect. Okay.
Have a sniff.
You pass. I always love sleeping in campervans because it feels like sleepover, like a proper sleepover. Because it's not your normal bedroom. You know, like it's like you're at a friend's house or something. Like,
and
it's
we
a little
could
bit
stay up
different.
all night if we wanted.
We could, yes. We can't jump on the bed because there's just not the space. But other than that, we can have a great time. One thing that doesn't work so well with me with camping is that I'm a nighttime weir. So anytime I need to pee in the night, I've got to get up and I've got to traipse to the toilet block. And by the time I get back, I'm wide awake. It's not ideal when you pee at least once or twice in the night. But luckily, I get to pee in the cupboard.
Yay!
We actually have a toilet at the foot of our bed, which is actually very handy. I'm very happy that I'm not going to have to traipse over to the toilet block and be wide awake by the time I get back. Actually, one thing that we thought we were going to have to do tonight is we thought we were going to have to sleep with the aircon on, but the weather's so lovely here that it's actually really nice and cool just to have the windows open. So we get to go and fall asleep to the sounds of nature outside and a few screaming children.
I'm just happy that we get to do this every day for the next 2 months.
It's so fun,
Such
isn't
a dream. So good.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's one camera for you.
It's been a while since I've had the camera shoved in my face in the morning.
And how was your first night?
It was actually cold. I was quite cold last night. But aside from that, I was very comfortable.
I think I had the best sleep I've had in ages. I slept basically straight through.
Yeah, well, I mean, we went to bed early and it's 9:30 now, so...
It's a good sign.
That is a good sign. Oh, that was great. I'm so glad that it was a good night's sleep.
Yeah, you just never know with the mattress or any of those things. Guys, can you see the little chipmunk? It's on the log.
It's so tiny.
What I'm looking at right now is my actual dream. You and a chipmunk. We have let the morning get away from us a bit, but we've come outside and the smell of bacon is just heavenly drifting through the air. And I am regretting that we didn't buy our outdoor cooking setup yet, and instead past me thought that future me would like to have some healthy blueberries for breakfast. And I should have known that that was ambitious, because now with the smell, I feel like bacon and eggs is how it should be done for a first night. What was I thinking? First night blueberries.
I know, it's so sad. Also, last night had really highlighted a few things that we need to buy for the van. One being a sweeper, because this is disgusting. I'm just sweeping dust, dirt and sand out constantly, otherwise we end up just getting sand everywhere. And yeah, it's a nightmare. So I definitely want to get a sweeper brush. Just little things like kitchen paper and disinfectant wipes and just loads of little things which we hadn't even thought to buy yet.
That is insanely loud. Listen to that. Don't they know I'm vlogging? Yeah, give us a week and this thing will be absolutely perfect and homely.
This is lovely. So lovely. This makes me wish we had like a kayak or a paddleboard or something.
Yeah, I think at some point
we're gonna have to.
that's it for our first night camping.
I can't believe it's over and done with. It's like Christmas, you get all excited about it and then it's just over.
But we now are going to be carrying on our journey.
Yeah, now that we know that it's comfortable, it's really nice that we can like carry on with our journey now without any real worries. Of course, these things are always a learning curve and there's always going to be additions and changes that we want to make along the way to make life more comfortable for ourselves.
But it's good to go. We're ready to start going up to the UP.
The UP, which so many of you have recommended, and so many of you have recommended specific things within the UP. Thank you so much.
Usually at this part of the video we say like and subscribe, etc.
Oh.
But we have just hit this morning 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. So it looks like you guys already have subscribed. So I don't think there's any more we can get.
Oh, thank you
so
guys.
much.
That's so amazing to hit such a crazy milestone. I can't believe it, because it feels really like yesterday that we hit 100k and we were over the moon with that, and now 250, 250,000 people have clicked on that little red button.
Absolute madness.
Wow. We also want to say a big thank you to the patrons for sponsoring this video. You guys are legends.
Let us know, what is your favourite state? Because once we're done with Michigan, there's other states.
There's a lot of other states to choose from.
And nothing left to say. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. And beans out!
Oh, another
kind of
energetic one.
Yeah.
I liked it.